I've spent my whole career working in various ways and shapes on energy-related issues because the things that brought me to the study of economics have kept me in the field of energy. I'm Mark Finley. I'm a fellow in energy and global oil at the Baker Institute's Center for Energy Studies. I retired from BP 5 years ago and joined the Baker Institute. At BP, I was the company's senior economist in the United States. I led the company's oil market analysis, also was the project manager for what at the time was the BP Statistical Review of World Energy. Before working at BP, I was an energy security specialist at the US CIA for 13 years. Working on energy security issues at the agency, you're kind of looking at developments in the world of global energy and thinking about what those developments mean for U.S. national security interests. People have asked me over the years, well, what's a typical day look like? And the answer is, what keeps me coming back for 40 years is that there is no such thing as a typical day. One day you worry about what is the price of gasoline doing for the inflation rate. Another day you worry about succession in a Middle East oil producing country. Another day you worry about the technology of batteries and the costs of batteries and what does it mean for transportation. And so the range of issues that you get to dabble with and to pull these various threads together, I think are what make it important, and at least for me, interesting. But at the same time, trying to keep an eye on what are the long-term issues around the transition of the world energy system or transitions of the world's energy system, and what is the role of oil as we go through that. I mean, to me, one of the central tensions is the idea of the word of a transition. Too often I feel that people jump to the desired end state, a net zero world in the future, and don't think about the process of how we get from here to there. And if anything, the results of the price volatility that we've seen in the last couple of years, I think has demonstrated that we need to have a functional energy system today and tomorrow, and at every discrete point in time between now and our end state. And at each of those points in time, we need to make sure that we have energy that's available, that's affordable, that's secure, that's equitable, as well as being eventually working toward a sustainable outcome. And we can't afford, as a society, and as policymakers, we need to keep all those balls in the air at the same time. We can't afford to drop them. And I can assure you, any politician who's perceived at failing to deliver affordable, secure energy today won't stay in office long enough to successfully address climate change over the medium and longer term. My personal aspiration is to help society and policymakers to have what I feel is a more realistic conversation about the nature of an energy transition and how all of the moving parts of as I mentioned, security, sustainability, affordability, equity, all have to be managed at the same time. And we can't go into that thinking that a transition to a low carbon or net zero world is going to be fast, easy, and cheap, because a long study of the history of the energy system says, it's not likely to be any of those. That doesn't mean we don't do it, but it means that we need to have realistic expectations and have realistic conversations about what it would mean for us individually as members of society, and for business decision making and public policy making.